Hey, everybody. Welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show.
Reviews.
Today... What?
Reviews.
Why are you yelling? You have Tourette's now, Juan? What's going on?
No, this is a review show, and you forgot to say reviews.
I didn't forget to say reviews, Juan. This is a show where we talk about a movie, but not necessarily to review, but just everything about it. So, anyway.
Which is what we do in fucking reviews. So, what's the difference?
No, idiot. We talk about it. You just listen.
Yeah.
No, idiot. We talk about it.
Well, if you haven't guessed, we're here with Juan and Jay.
Hey, guys.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
Oh, thanks, guys. And reprising his role here on the comic book Almost Reviews is Julio, Mr. Dixie Cup himself. He has a better mic than Juan now. Juan, I'm going to take the balls out of your mouth before you continue talking.
I like Superman and Batman.
That's a pretty good impression, dude.
It's pretty good, man. Yeah. You've got it. Oh, what's one? So you've impersonated Jay.
Why
your
are you like breaking up every other fucking word?
Because you're not listening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my audio?
Yeah, I hear him just fine.
Oh.
And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. Hey, he knows it. Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, episode...
Reviews!
Thanks, man. Season 8, episode 7. We're actually talking about The Flash in this episode, and it's a pseudo-review. We want to talk about it, but I mean, I think there's so much to cover about Ezra Miller and DCEU and like everything just surrounding all of it that, we can rate it at the end. We can rate it at the end, but I just think there's just a lot to talk about because I think The Flash was as a special guy. So this episode's a special episode for The Flash. As always, you can catch us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at INCYCSHOW. You can connect with us on our website at INCYCSHOW.com. It has connection to all of our stuff, our Facebooks, our Instagram, our Twitter, our merch, all that stuff. And if you haven't already, make sure to stop and rate and review us on iTunes because it helps us find more people like you. And with that being said, let me just start by asking, have we all seen the movie?
Yes, I saw the Flash movie.
Yeah,
oh,
I did too.
You saw the Flash movie, huh? Juan, which Flash movie did you see?
You saw Flash Dance.
Oh, did you? You feel like a maniac now? Oh, thank you, Juan.
Reviews.
Reviews. You sound like Rocket. You're like Rocket Raccoon, man. Reviews. Anyway, so yeah, I saw the Flash. Did you guys see it on opening night or the opening weekend, or did you wait a little bit?
Well, I saw it opening weekend because there were so many available seats because nobody watched it.
So you know we're in the Antelope Valley, and whenever I go to the movies in general, there's like a bunch of open seats. But in this scenario, this time I was like, dude, there's a lot of open seats on this one. I thought it was just the time of day I was going. No, it's the movie. It was the movie. I agree. Julio, did you see it on opening weekend?
Yeah, I watched it that opening weekend, and same like the theater that I was watching was half.
Julio also lined up 2 hours before the movie because he thought he was going to have to fight people for his seat, and he kept on like waiting and wondering where everybody was at.
Reviews.
Oh fuck! You did it to yourself. Why you did it to yourself? I saw it opening weekend, and the month of June was a big movie weekend for me, like a big movie month for me. I went. I want to say the only week I'm not going is this Friday because I don't think there's anything I want to see. I thought Ninja Turtles was coming out this Friday because otherwise I would have gone to see that. But I went to see
Seth Rogen one.
Yeah, that looks amazing, dude.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones out this week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go see that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
Yeah, I'll wait.
It's getting mixed reviews already.
Yeah, I'll wait for Disney Plus.
I mean, the trailer is sad.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So, but you know, this movie kind of puts a staple on the Snyderverse and the DCEU. The movie was directed by Andy Muschietti. Is that what? Moose Spaghetti?
Muschetti.
Muschetti.
Loose spaghetti.
Moose Spaghetti. And he he directed It and It Chapter 2. He has his hands in some other stuff that like for TV, but
like your mom.
yeah, my mom's on TV, and he had his hand in her. Thanks, man. How do you feel about sharing it with this famous director? Does it make you feel like less than a man? Because he throws money at her face before he's done.
Yeah, there's money before the juice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's working on the Welcome to Derry show for HBO Max, where this movie should have just been released, or Max, sorry.
Oh, the prequel to It?
Yeah. So he has a bunch of stuff, but there's big claims to fame are It and It Chapter 2, the newest ones that just came out not that long ago. As I think everyone knows, this movie stars Ezra Miller, Sasha Kaye, thank you, Michael Shannon, Ron Livingston, who has, so I had to look up who this guy was because Ron Livingston sounds like a regular dude name, like I go to my neighbor Ron's house. His last name is Livingston, but he's
dude. He was in the office or Office Space. Space.
Yeah, I didn't know his name, but like he has such a basic regular guy name. I didn't have the time to look up if it was like a stage name or whatever. But Ron Livingston plays Henry Allen. He is Barry's dad, and I'm gonna fuck up this name for sure. Maribel Verdue. She plays Nora Verdue. She plays Nora Allen. Kiersey Clemens is Iris West. Aunt He. Truaga Vivida is Feora. And Michael Keaton is Batman. I would have put Bruce Wayne on there, but they never actually said that. But for sure, 100%, he was Batman. The movie was budgeted for $300 million, and as of the checking of writing of this show note, which was like 2 nights ago, it had grossed worldwide $210 million, but domestically it only grossed like 85 million, something like that, which not great. But yeah, and the movie is about, aside from Barry Allen, it's about Barry Allen using his super speed to change the past and attempt to save his family. And he creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future, which, that's essentially what happened. But there's a lot of stuff that hinged on this movie. Now, like when you guys saw, well, let me ask you, because like I have an expression I like to say, which expectations are the thieves of joy. Now, were your expectations really high for this movie, or did you kind of go in thinking, I'm going to get what I'm going to get?
I went in there, I wanted it to be good. I thought because they were borrowing a lot from Zack Snyder, I was going to like it, but I do think it was overhyped.
Mm-hmm.
So watching it, I felt it didn't live up to the patience that I had.
Yeah. How about you, Jay?
I felt like it met all of my expectations.
And Juan?
I haven't seen it.
I know. I just wanted to include you in the episode.
Hey,
Juan, did you watch the animated version of Flashpoint?
No. Do you guys believe in the whole theories out there now that James Gunn changed the movie enough to justify his new take?
Yeah.
Julio, it's a podcast. So. Nobody can see you shaking your head, motherfucker.
I don't want to be rude and interrupt like, someone usually does. But yeah, I think he sabotaged it a little bit by kind of just introducing the DCU before these movies came out, which is this one and the Aquaman one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of telling you like, hey, whatever you see now is not going to matter in a couple months or in a year when my DCU takes shape. So people said, well, what do I care?
I thought Flash, Ezra Miller's Flash was saved and was part of the James Gunn universe.
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah.
What about
no.
Shazam? Wasn't Shazam saved as well?
No, it wasn't. It was still up in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, I think like the people, well, because you have to remember, Juan, that like when all this stuff had dropped, like when James Gunn had taken over, Henry Cavill had just reprised his role as Superman, and then like a day later he was like, all right, so the thing is, guys, I'm not Superman no more, but I was Superman for this cameo, so thanks The Rock. And this movie actually made less money than Black Adam, and Black Adam is considered a flop as well. So on the grand scheme of Snyderverse things, it's this is it. This is the end of it. Can I ask what you guys thought of the Snyderverse as a whole?
Go ahead, Jay.
I thought it was interesting. I mean, there's stuff that worked, and there's a lot of stuff that were confusing. A lot of stuff that they kind of wanted to rush. A lot of characters and ideas that they kind of wanted to put out there, and The whole thing was like the race to at least meet the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like
Yeah. Man of Steel came out in 2015, 2013. Oh my gosh. It's fucking 10 years old, 20 years old. And then Batman v Superman came out of the same year that Civil War came out.
Yeah.
And then the Justice League came out, I want to say like maybe a year or two after that. Right. So,
but that first Avengers movie came out prior to Batman v Superman. So like that first Avengers movie made so much money.
Like, I think it's like a $2 billion or something like that now. But I just mean like, I personally have to come around to loving the Snyderverse personally. Man of Steel is now my favorite Superman movie, but
I'm shocked by your statement. You practically jizzed all over it, and you.
The very first time that I saw Man of Steel, I yelled in anger at the end of that movie because Superman would never do that. My wife and I were in the theater. I was like, "Fuck this movie! This is stupid. What the fuck are they thinking? This is ridiculous." And then she reminded me of a few things, but one of them she reminded me is that, like, remember in Superman Returns when they gave him a kid? Remember that? Remember in Superman Returns when he doesn't throw a punch? He doesn't throw a punch. He doesn't do anything. He gets shot in the eye,
Yeah.
It lifted a lot of things.
He lifted a bunch of stuff. He doesn't really fight anything, And then as I rewatch Man of Steel, I just realized that, Zack Snyder is a horrible storyteller, but he is cinematically able to make things look amazing. Remember he made that movie Sucker Punch. Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fucking horrible. But anyway.
I mean, it looked pretty.
Yeah, it looked great. Yeah. Juan, have you seen Sucker Punch?
No.
Sucker Punch is about a bunch of girls who were in a whorehouse and where they have to dance. Well, they dance, and when they go to dance or take care of these people, they go into their fucking minds and are superheroes and shit like that. It looked really cool. It's a very sad story, very, very sad. And, anywho. So James Gunn kind of doing all the stuff to the DCEU and to your point, Julio, it was overhyped. I think, and what was James Gunn supposed to do? Go, hey, this one's going to be a pile of shit, guys. So don't go. Because
it wasn't just him. It was David Zaslav, the head of Warner Brothers. And then apparently Tom Cruise saw it and loved it, and Stephen King saw it and loved it, and they were all raving about it. I was like, hey, that's a little too much. It did affect me. I did go in there thinking, oh man, it's up there in one of the great movies.
But
it was good, but it wasn't the best.
Well, I mean, all the trailers I saw of the movie looked super fucking cool. I've never been a fan of the blue lightning thing they do for Ezra Miller, but the effects have always been really cool. It looked really cool. And then the CGI, because they only give you quick cuts of it in the trailers, right? You're like, oh fuck, it looks a little weird, but they're probably going to fix it, right? It's early footage. They're just putting it together for the trailer. And you get in there and it's like, oh shit, this guy's, what's wrong with his body? Why does it look like that?
Well, with Zack Snyder, he ran weird, and this one he just looked weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of uncanny valley. In this,
and it reminded me of Green Lantern's CGI, from Ryan Reynolds. So, do you guys think that James Gunn? You mentioned it already, or Juan did. Do you think that James Gunn just was like, I'm going to sabotage this shit because fuck it? James Gunn had a good, not James Gunn, but Zack Snyder. If we would have let him go, he would have been fine. Or do you think that because the Justice League Snyder cut, that he has a lot of goodwill and that from people who didn't have it before because they're like, bring back the Snyderverse? Do you think that that's why this movie didn't do so well? Oh yes.
Is it me or is he cutting out?
I think it's his internet connection.
No, that 5G isn't really working out that well for him.
Neither is your mom.
It was,
but you know what?
It was like we were the Flash. It was like we were the Flash, and he was talking in normal speed.
Yeah. So, my, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
My question was essentially, do you think that James Gunn, knowing that there was a lot of goodwill to the Snyderverse, changed the movie so that this would be bad, or do you think that because the movie had so much goodwill from the Snyder fans that's why they're like, fuck James Gunn, I don't trust him, I refuse to do this?
Well, the movie wasn't bad. The movie was really entertaining. It was really good.
I think it had a lot of issues when James Gunn, Zack Snyder in the studio. I think there's a lot of studio interference with Zack Snyder, and if there was a lot of studio interference in this one because they cut a lot of cameos and a lot of characters that were supposed to be in this movie, but because of like issues with the studio, like Ray Fisher was supposed to be in one of the first drafts, and he was going to reprise his role as Cyborg, but because his issues with the studio, he just said, "Oh well, never mind," because it's still Walter Hamada.
Yeah,
and then
they hate that guy.
They had to take Superman out because, as you mentioned, he made an announcement, "Hey, I'm back." Oh, and the next day, just kidding, I'm out. So it would have confused people to see Henry Cavill in this movie, but he was supposed to show up at the end with Supergirl. So there was a lot of little cameos that they had to change, and I think it's just a mixture of everything. It's Zack Snyder still having his supporters, James Gunn having to separate and say, hey, whatever happens up to this point, it's not on me, but he doesn't want it to succeed. He doesn't want those same fans of Zack Snyder to sabotage whatever he's going to come up with.
Well, I mean, it's also a hard movie to promote, because of all the allegations on Ezra Miller, like they can't put a lot of like advertising into it because then, it's like, oh, we're on board with whatever he's involved with. It's just something where it's like it's hard. You want to promote this movie, but you can't like do too much promotion because you don't want to support any of these criminal activities that he might be found guilty of.
Yeah.
I think you're close to it, Jake. We're up in arms about Ezra not getting canceled.
Well,
and then Jonathan Majors having done a lot less, like being rewritten out of stuff he was supposed to be in Marvel.
Allegedly. Yeah. So, okay. So Ezra Miller is a motherfucking problem. And now in the show notes, and I don't know. Well, here's the thing, Juan, in the show notes, there's like 4 or 5 videos of Ezra Miller just being fucking insane. I mean, aside from
didn't he do like stupid shit during the fucking premiere as well?
Well, he got booed during the premiere because everyone's like, fuck you. But there's body cam footage of him basically, yelling at the cops that he doesn't want to be searched by a man because he identifies as transgender. There's a video of him choke slamming a fan. Like, Juan, have you seen this video?
I only saw a couple, and then after a while, they got. He threw a chair like I'm over with Ezra.
Right? He is a video where he threatens to kill the KKK. Is a video where this guy was like super excited. Oh, I'm standing next to Ezra Miller. He's like, hey, he's like, I could just knock you out, and you won't have to worry about it. He's just being fucking creepy. And then
wait, Ezra Miller actually says I could just knock you out.
Yes. Yeah, dude. It's fucking creepy. For those of who are listening who haven't seen it, I'll link them in the show notes. They're all on YouTube. You just look up, Ezra Miller being fucking insane. But like, yeah. And then, on top of all that stuff, he has a restraining order against him because he burst into the room of a couple, which I think we talked about on this show. But he like beat up a pregnant woman. He not once, but fucking twice did he go to a bar and just start shit. Like, you know what I mean? So like the fact that Ezra Miller, and the
question was, why was the pregnant woman at the bar?
Well, sorry, that's in her home. That's in her home, dude. But at the bar, he started, I think it was a karaoke bar, and he like started shit. Anyway, and on top of all that stuff, this is aside from the grooming he's been accused of. Remember that time that little girl went missing with Ezra Miller and he took her phone?
Whatever happened to that little girl that girl?
She was returned at some point. And she got returned. I can't remember exactly what happened. But we talked about it on the show, dude. It was.
I think she came up with a statement saying that she was with Ezra under her own free will, and that her parents were the ones that were overprotective.
Yeah.
So she tried to clear his name, but everyone's like, "Oh, he's just paying you off and trying to clear their name."
Yeah, dude. So Ezra Miller, there's been many celebrities that have gone through lots of different things. You remember Martin Lawrence like fucking waving a gun? Was he waving a gun in the middle of the street? Yeah. There's
before his run till that.
There's lots of celebrities, and he's the first one that comes to mind because that's some like crazy shit, like where and he wasn't even, I don't know. So like, do you think the studio, like, do you think it's one of those things where like they said, hey, because technically he's probably under contract, but he's also a studio employee. So like, right, do you think that like the studio's like, hey, Ezra, you got all this shit going on. Contractually, we have to release this movie for you, but I need you to help us and say you're getting help or do some shit. Do you think they're in one of those situations where like from a contract standpoint, because like, remember, last year, both Gal Gadot and Scarlett Johansson were suing the respective companies for releasing their shit just solely on streaming services and not in theater, because obviously their contracts have monetary benefit from them being released in theaters. Even though we all know Black Widow wasn't going to do that great to begin with, but it is what it is, right? I mean, it just wasn't like it just wasn't. So do you think that the WB was in a situation like that?
Yes. Because at the time, before all these allegations came out, he was a big part of whatever they were going to be releasing. So if you remember, he was under the Crimes of Grindelwald. He was going to be a major character in that movie, The Flash, and these other movies that he was penciled in for.
Yeah, but
had to go back.
I thought the people were really anticipating The Flash. Like, he burned bridges with the studio, because I think you bring up a good point. He was kind of like the it factor, because they had him in a lot of shit, and then he started acting up, and they cut down his role in the sequel to Fantastic Beast, and then this one just bombed. But I don't think they meant for this one to bomb.
Well, I think there's a lot of factors for it bombing in the theaters. One is all these allegations against Ezra Miller, and I think also a lot of superhero fatigue. I don't think a lot of people are going out to watch superhero movies. I think there's just so much that it's just saturated, and
I think that it's the latter. I think you hit the nail on the head. It's the second one.
I don't think no.
I think there's superhero fatigue.
I
man.
say fuck you, because like literally 3 weeks ago.
Fuck me, fuck you back, dude.
Wait. Let me do the math on this.
Wait, who's fucking who?
Can I get into this fucking?
Well, listen.
Shut the hell up, Julio. The fact
I just want you to sit on my lap.
Even Marvel is dying off, man. Come on, they're not doing that well either.
There is interest in this movie, but I think people didn't want to go support it and give their money because, again, they were against all of Ezra Miller's stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys heard over the weekend. Somebody streamed the movie over Twitter, and 1.5 million people saw this movie for free.
So
yeah, so there is interest.
At what point? Oh, for free, yeah. Because me paying for it is supporting Ezra Miller, but me stealing it is showing him. Now, fuck you, dude. Name how many people you know that actually wanted to go see this movie, but after he started acting a fool, they're like, I don't know if I want to support his antics.
Dude, listen. Go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, the studio is in a difficult situation, because honestly, they could have not released the Flash movie
at all,
and then and then wrote it off on their taxes, just like they did with the Batgirl movie. They would have saved tons of money, but the backlash for this movie not releasing from the people that really want to see it would have been intense, and they would have boycotted a lot of like future DC movies because they pulled the plug on the Flash movie.
Yes, and so Juan, two things. I don't think it's superhero fatigue, and I for two reasons. Reason number one is that just a week ago, everybody went to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and they didn't seem to be too tired when that shit was coming out. Thing number two,
number one,
and then thing number two is that Secret Invasion is coming out, and everyone their grandma's talking about it right now. So
what's Secret Invasion?
Yeah, it's when I dig. Oh fuck, that's horrible.
Not a secret anymore, Sean. You just told him.
I was gonna be rude. So
you was gonna say, well, that's when I dig up your mom and fucking know him, dude. That's sad. He's a one-trick fucking pony. He's always fucking my mom and saying shit about it.
You have multiple. I think even in this episode, you said you fucked my mom. I don't.
There's no like mom joke fatigue here.
Oh, it's very fucking fatigue. Trust me.
You have fatigue. Me, however. So anyway,
Sean just keeps going.
Yeah, man. So he's leaving.
Kicking trash cans.
So yeah, I do not think that it's superhero fatigue. I think I think the failure of this movie is that the studio knew that it wasn't going to do well, but like, what the fuck are they going to do? Come out and say, yeah, guys, we knew it wasn't going to do so well. So, we're just kind of letting see how it plays out. I think they knew it. And, and I also think that like, they also knew that it's fine. We got James Gunn. He's going to make us a bunch of money. But, the next thing I wanted to ask you guys is because the way they make it sound and the way Max has played out and the way that Warner Brothers is kind of positioned right now is that they're losing a lot of money in streaming. And they were bought by Discovery, or they bought Discovery. I can't remember which way that went. And so they're trying to package themselves in a way where it seems like they would be bought. So they changed the name to Max so that it's ambiguous, right? It's like it could be anything. It could be whoever. And then, then we have this shitty ass movie come out, or this movie that didn't make a lot of money. So do you think that the DCU, the James Gunn thing, is still happening? And if it's still happening, do you think that they will sell off like all the rights to all the other stuff, like the Snyderverse version of things?
I don't think so. I think we're headed into a period of like superhero movies where they're not like particularly great, but they're enjoyable. Like we're gonna watch a lot of like Blank Mans and like Steel,
Meteor Man,
Meteor
Man.
Hold on, we can't use Blank Man and Meteor Man in examples. First of all, they are both great. J5 and the Baby Lords, the Golden Lords, the fucking come on.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about on those.
Yeah, but I mean, after what, like Batman and Robin, that there was just not a lot of superhero movies that were coming out, and then they were just kind of like parodies of superhero movies. In the later '90s to early 2000s, until like Blade happened. Blade kind of kicked things off, and then the X-Men movie, and then the Dark Knight trilogy really like put interest back into the superhero genre.
Yeah, I know. I guess okay. So do you guys think that like that the DCEU is happening and they're still gonna flounder like no matter what, or you think that the goodwill behind like James Gunn's like ability to tell stories will get him?
I think it's gonna flounder, as Jay says, because I mean WB is also losing money, so they can't put 300 million, 400 million into these movies anymore. So they have to make great movies at a budget 60-70 million, but they're expecting each movie to make $1 billion, so that's not possible. So
I think that James Gunn's going to release 2 films, and then he's going to be forced to retire from his.
Well, I don't think so. I watched a video about what DC superhero movies work, and they're usually the darker, grittier ones that people enjoy watching from the DC universe. And I think with James Gunn, I think he'll eventually find the superhero movies that people, as far as DC will, they'll really flock to it because it'll be dark and gritty, but it'll also be fun. Just like, the Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, a lot of that will translate into some of the characters that he's going to put on the big screen, and it might not be like Superman or Batman and Robin, or it might be like a lesser known character that he puts up there and that people will take a lot of interest in watching.
Yeah, because you have to remember that the animated universe, that's their like bread and butter right now. That's the thing that everyone goes, well, their animated is just so much better than their live action.
So why can't they replicate that, or why can't they carry it over?
It doesn't translate the same.
Yeah, that's the first thing. And the second thing is that like, it's completely different creative minds kind of working on it. And also because like Flashpoint Paradox as a comic book and as a cartoon allow you to extend your disbelief a little bit more. But when I got to watch a guy, 2 of the same guy on screen who had chokeslammed a lady, beat up a pregnant lady and like broke into a couple's house on screen with like Michael Keaton, I kind of go, I don't know, whatever. But,
I think the only way that the movie would have been worse if Ezra Miller was wearing a Cosby sweater listening to R. Kelly.
Yeah, dude, but and the other thing is that like I think James Gunn is kind of playing it on all fronts. He's like, we're going to unite the video game universe, the animated universe, and the live action universe. So that means that people who are doing live action will do the cartoon voices. Because they're doing cartoon stuff, or it's probably going to be CGI, which means they can probably get stuff out faster. They can tell different stories, more believable stories. And so when they get to the larger screen, you know, so I imagine that, yes, they will be making these movies for less money, but they'll be making more of them, you know, because I think there was a bit of an announcement about like who the next is going to be Superman next coming up here. And Lex Luthor, and I can't remember the guy's name, but I thought it was going to be the guy from
Nicholas
Greenfield
Hoult
or X-Men Origins. No, not X-Men Origins, but X-Men's. Yeah, I thought it was going to be him, but it wasn't. It's not him. It's some other guy who's. I mean, he's still white, white, blonde hair, black hair, blue eyes. You know, but I think if James Gunn plays it from that angle, I don't think he can lose, and then he'll win. He'll win over the niche crowds because he's going to make movies like Swamp Thing and like shit. Even the what was it? They have a great show on Max, by the way. The
Doom Patrol.
What was that?
Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. Yeah, like he if he can introduce like characters. I mean, because look at the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? These obscure characters. Doom Patrol's obscure, and they're just living on Max in a little bubble that like can't break out. You know, and James Gunn's the guy. He's done it before. Look at what's that weird weasel looking thing from Suicide Squad.
Polka dot.
Weasel.
Oh,
Weasel.
Yeah, look at that guy. He was in 2 movies and he's hilarious every single time. So,
you know, he's going to be back in the Creature Commando.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, he's already building connective tissue for things that he's already done. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, yeah, remember this other movie I did? This guy's in here too. You know what I mean? So, again, I think James Gunn will make these movies because we still have Blue Beetle. We have Aquaman and is that it?
That's it from announcements. I think after that is Creature Commander, then the James Gunn said Superman, and then
Batman Beyond
got canceled, didn't it?
No, Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, Brave and the Bold. Brave and the Bold.
I'd love to see James Gunn do a Justice League Dark movie.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And the thing is, you know what? That movie, it'll be great. It would be great.
I have a question. Well, I want to play devil's advocate. Had they recast Ezra Miller with Grant Gustin or somebody else and reshot his scenes, do you think this movie would have been this bad received in the box office, or would have done better?
I think it'd been worse.
Mm-hmm. I think,
you know, based off your guys' own thought process, I thought you would have said it would have been better because it's not the drama attached to Ezra Miller.
Well, I mean, the fact that people associate Grant Gustin's Flash with TV means they won't see him as like a movie. You know, like it's hard to make that leap from television to the big screen. You know, like look at the X-Files. When the X-Files movies came out, no one was like, "Oh, let's go see," you know, Mulder and Scully.
What the fuck are you talking about? The first X-Files movie was great. It did great in the box office.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh shit, you know, it's a movie version of the TV show. You know, that's not what people want to see with the Flash movie. They want to see
Supergirl essentially that.
Yeah, but it's not the TV actress that's playing Supergirl. It's a
this random other girl who changed her mind immediately upon seeing that they were killing people.
Like they're trying to differentiate the TV.
But Marvel was able to do fucking jumps from TV.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was horrible.
Fucking Daredevil from Netflix.
Okay. No, the Netflix series weren't even part of continuity. Like,
but that's fucking TV, isn't it, Dick? Did he not appear in the fucking Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, but that's after the fact. They didn't
fucking
Punisher
put him too, right?
No,
just Daredevil.
Yeah, the only person who's canon right now in any MCU movie is Matt Murdock, not Daredevil. Matt Murdock, blind attorney,
and he is who?
Daredevil.
Thank you. Not Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Again,
there's a rumor Ben Affleck's going to be in the
Deadpool. Yeah,
Ben Affleck is going to be what?
I saw that.
He's going to reprise his role as Daredevil on Deadpool.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That's a rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Rumor.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds reprised his Deadpool in the last?
X-Men,
in the Deadpool 2 movie.
Yeah, dude. It's I don't know. I think to Jay's point, I don't think if Grant Gustin was the movie Flash to begin with, I think it'd be a different reception. And then if he did a TV show, I think it would have been better received. But the other way around, first of all, I stopped watching TV Flash. I don't know, like season 3 or 4, because like
me too.
yeah, it got a little too run Barry run for me. That's it. Every villain on there is faster than him for like 4 episodes or the entire season.
Isn't the TV Flash the one where fucking Mark Hamill came out as a trickster?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was the 1990s Flash.
No, dude.
He came out. Yeah, he was in the first season. He reprised his role as a trickster.
It was a big ordeal.
Yeah, and he was wondering why he didn't look like John Wesley Shipp, dude.
I know shit.
Who the fuck are you? We know you know shit. Absolutely, you know absolute shit.
Shit.
Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I think at the end of the day, like DC, I think Warner Brothers, DC, they're all in trouble. And Marvel is just going to keep chugging along until they get to their next big thing. That is gonna, because because everyone's like Marvel's losing steam, but everyone, like, I feel like everyone forgot how excited they were about Spider-Man No Way Home. Like everyone forgot, like everyone was fucking creaming their pants over like the fucking Tobys and the Andrews, and like they're all coming to the thing, and Alfred Molina. Remember Alfred Molina was like, yeah man, I'm in it. And like everyone's like, oh my God, I can't believe he broke Marvel's secrets. And he's like, what are they gonna do? Take me out of the movie? I think Marvel kind of is. They're like, yeah, you guys are upset at us right now, but we're gonna put something out here that's gonna have you go back and watch all of our shit. Don't worry. By Disney Plus.
Aren't they talking the new
Craven?
No. Oh yeah, that one's coming out. Oh my God,
Morbius Part 2. Morbius. Yeah. That looks. Did you see the trailer for that, Jay?
Yeah, Craven.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy who was also Groot, by the way.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy, man. He gets killed in the Marvel Universe to come back as Kraven the Hunter, and he's basically in Morbius too. That's the.
I mean, it's just that Evan Peters just did Quicksilver so much better than Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I think with DC, you might be onto something, Sean. I have a feeling they'll probably license a lot of their characters because they're already doing it with some of the animated shows. So I could see them, selling something off to Paramount or Netflix and continuing some superhero shows or movies in those platforms. Because they need money. They're so far in debt right now.
You think they'll strike a deal with Netflix and it'll look like, hey man, you can stream our stuff too, but you got to pay me money.
That, or create some shows too, like the Marvel stuff. Maybe just lesser known characters that maybe James Gunn isn't using.
Who isn't James Gunn using?
Zack Snyder people.
He's not using. I don't know. I don't know. But I guess if I'm being honest, I hope they sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, and then they can just, I'll get like a 16-hour cut of like all of Zack Snyder's stuff. It'll look amazing. I'll be fulfilled.
It could work. I mean, The Rock, Gal Gadot, Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill, they're all on Netflix. So if they were to buy the rights, I'm sure Zack Snyder would have them for his movie or series. But
there's that Ezra Miller guy too. I mean, Jason Momoa is great. I hope, if anything, they keep Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
I thought they were killing him.
You wouldn't see him as Lobo. You don't see him as Lobo.
I mean, Lobo, Aquaman. Jason Momoa is just a really charismatic actor.
Yeah, I feel like he got done dirty in this movie too. Like his cameo is bullshit.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Supposedly that was written by James Gunn. That little post-credit scene.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because he likes to drink and he's just drunk all the time. I don't know. But before we shit.
You know what? I think the future of like comic book movies, it's probably going to be like a movie version of The Boys, or like they'll put out a Spawn movie and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think
they're supposedly making a Spawn movie.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. I think the future of like comic book movies is that like each studio will have sporadic, like really good they'll continue to have success with their main like title stuff. They'll struggle a little bit. Like you remember, they're working on a Captain America movie with Sam Wilson, but his name isn't Sam Wilson. What's his name?
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, with Anthony Mackie. Thank you. They're working. So people go, "What the fuck is this? He's not Captain America," even though they had a whole show about it.
I wouldn't mind watching a Wildcats movie.
Wildcats?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what Jim Lee's comic book company that they're almost
Dark
like
Horse, right? Dark Horse.
Yeah,
comic?
yeah, they're almost like the X-Men, just not.
I got I think that's like the future of the because like I think not that there's fatigue, but I think everyone's like the two studios are racing to be original, and Marvel's they're just ahead. They just are, and like DC is starting over again with like a reboot again with something that was like less than 15 or 20 years old. And they're going to try and tell this story in a unique and different way. And I don't think many people are going to get on board with it. I think they're going to have the same level of success. And maybe there's a little more goodwill because it's James Gunn and they saw what he did with Guardians and blah, 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 blah. But I don't think that I think the cartoons will still continue to be great. I think the TV shows, depending on how they decide to do whatever is next, will be a thing. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna go watch all those fucking movies because I'm a big fucking nerd. That's the moral of the story.
What's gonna happen right now is they're probably gonna go in a little bit of a decline, but I think all these studios are gonna look more into the video games because the number one rated show on like streaming was based on a video game, The Last of Us. Number one movies in the theaters were like Super Mario or Sonic the Hedgehog. So I think they're gonna look for those stories again, but as long as they don't let you bowl these things and make crappy, movies based on crappy
the Resident Evils.
Yeah, I think they're gonna kind of steer towards those video games stories, but I don't know.
If they make a really good Superman game and make a really good Superman movie, that would be where it's at.
I'd watch a Metal Gear movie.
Dude, that would be fucking amazing. I'd watch, man. I fucking love Metal Gear.
It's been in development. Supposedly, Oscar Isaac is going to be Snake.
Which Snake? Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, fucking
Trouser Snake.
Juan understood that reference. He was like, "Oh, penises, yeah, I'm awake. I'm
all for that.
Penis.
I'll wait 2 hours before the movie and wait.
Shut the fuck up. That was a nice segue to movies. I mean, video games. Time for the gauntlet.
Before we move into the with time with Peter and then the gauntlet, can we just wrap up the Flash review of the Flash? Things we loved about Flash, things we hated, and how many cans of tomatoes you'd give it out of 10?
Thing that I hated, and I think I talked to Jay about this. There was a big plot hole movie, and it was no one cared who killed Barry's mom.
Yeah.
Like, this guy works in a crime lab. He's best friends with the world's greatest detective, and none of them ever said, "Hey, yes, we want to change the past and move these cans of tomato, but who the hell killed your mom?" Like, that was never important.
Yeah. yeah. I think that's the big glaring guy right there.
And then part two was towards the end when he's rallying up the troops. He's getting the Batman ready, and he's got his, Sasha Kaye, Supergirl, and he's going to fight the Kryptonians. Did he forget what their weakness was, which is kryptonite? He just kind of went in there going blindly, trying to fight this army.
Maybe he never knew it was night.
I mean, it's Batman. He should have a contingency for everything.
That Batman never met Superman.
So he didn't have prep time?
I mean, he never met Superman, but he had an intricate theory on time. And
yeah, I think he was just hungry, bro. I think he was like, "I got this fucking bum ass kid here looking at my spaghetti. Let me just tell him some shit about spaghetti so he get out of here." But then
item number 3 that bugged me was young Barry. I found him really, really annoying.
Yeah. So out of 10, how many cans of tomatoes would you give it? How many top shelf tomatoes?
I want to say 7, but that Batman scene when he's fighting the Russian soldiers brings it up a point.
Yeah. So 8.
Go with 8.
8.
It was our Batman, our Keaton Batman, finally letting loose and whooping.
I heard he was fantastic. Like he really reminded people that he is Batman.
the funny thing is, and I think I told this to Jay, is that as Batman, he moved better than he did in like the 80s and 90s when that movie came out.
I think I was part of that conversation because one of you fuckers brought up the fact that back in the day, it was so constricted because of the suit and it didn't allow you to do that much movement.
Yeah, he couldn't move his neck.
Mm-hmm. He couldn't hear either.
Yeah. And it was so horrible because you remember Batman Begins, right? Because they basically recreated that suit for Batman Begins, and then in the second movie he like made a point to tell Lucius, "I want to be able to turn my head." Like, bro, Batman's been whooping all these people's asses, just like fucking turning around,
stiff neck.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. It's insane. But anyway, how about you, Jay? Things you love, things you hated, and how many top shelf tomatoes out of 10 would you give it?
Everyone hates the young Barry, but I liked young Barry only because it made the other Barry like look normal, and it looked like he. I felt like he had an arc. And I felt like he grew up, I mean, he was significantly older than young Barry, but like when you first meet Barry Allen in the
Batman v Superman, that's when you see the clips, but it is Justice League.
Yeah, the Justice League, he's super annoying, and
he's young Barry. He's young Barry.
No, but he's not this young Barry, like he's still annoying, but the young Barry is super annoying.
Yes, that's also true.
Which, when it gets revealed that like he kept going back in time to try to change this one moment, and he became the monster in the Flash in the Speed Force. I thought that was a great twist.
Yeah,
like I kind of saw it coming, but then when it actually they revealed it, I was like, oh, this is great. Like this is such a great character moment.
Yeah. He finally killed annoying Barry.
Yeah. I did like all the Michael Keaton Batman stuff. I didn't like though that he found time to shave.
Yeah. Well, you can't fit all that hair in that cowl, man.
Like he made a decision to become Batman and help him out, and then he had to go shave. But hey, the transition from crazy caveman Bruce Wayne to clean-shaven Batman was instantaneous.
Yeah.
How do they explain the fact that Barry Allen knew Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman, and yet he teams up with Michael Keaton and
Juan? You're gonna think I'm bullshitting you right now, but they explain it with spaghetti.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You're making a face like, oh, you're being a dick, but I'm not being a dick. They explain it with spaghetti.
Yeah, with cooked spaghetti.
Does it have to do something with the timeline and bending and shit like that?
Yeah.
It's the short version is that Barry, every time Barry changes something, he creates a new past and a new future.
But how does he realize that this is Batman? How does he realize that?
Because he goes to Bruce Wayne's house.
Yeah, he goes to Wayne Manor.
But how does he know that this Bruce Wayne is Batman and not just?
Well, he knows because
not just Bruce Wayne.
He changed the past. He changed the past.
No, I get.
It's in the trailer. Michael Keaton tells him like, "Hey, I'm Batman."
Okay, so
yeah,
but
with his Batman suit on.
Yeah.
Okay, like yeah.
Are you asking like how does he know that he's Batman and not just some old dude whose house they broke into?
Yeah, like how does he know that he's truly Batman and not just an old Bruce Wayne that is rich?
Well, one, he sneaks up on both both Barrys.
Like these two young guys walk loudly into an old man's house and he fucking knows enough to ambush them. And the only reason he doesn't beat up one of the Barrys is because he's lacking his powers. He beats the shit out of them. He would have killed them both. Does that answer your question?
Yes,
Juan?
it does. Thank you.
Spaghetti.
And then George Clooney shows up too?
Yeah.
He does. He was another. There was a lot of cameos in this movie, which I loved. I loved that they showed Christopher Reeves, Helen Slater.
Yeah.
They showed.
Christopher Reeves shows up, but they won't show Henry Cavill.
They show Cavill twice.
Yeah, they showed Henry Cavill. They showed George Reeves.
And
before or after
They showed Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Yeah, fighting
I think
spider.
Sean had mentioned that to me. But the Nicolas Cage one, was that like new footage or was that the test footage that circulated the internet?
It was the CGI
new footage. No, supposedly they actually put him in a suit and they still use the shitty CGI to kind of make him look part of that dome thing. But they're saying that they actually put him in the suit.
Yeah, there is lots of shitty CGI, but I mean, there's photos of Nicolas Cage testing for Superman Lives like from years ago.
And he's fighting a spider.
Yeah.
Giant spider, as Kevin Smith had complained about.
I didn't like the Flash suit.
The Flash suit is, I mean, I understand why they did it, but the CGI was just so shitty that like, I think you said it, the uncanny valley of it just didn't look right. Like it just didn't, I'd much rather have them in like a practical, even if like, the thing is that like most of the Marvel suits, like towards the last couple phases, and we don't count phase 4, but they're all CGI. You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man No Way Home, like, his suit's CGI the entire time. The suit that's not CGI is the one that's all fucking wrinkly, and that suit's wrinkly because it's supposed to be inside, like compressed by the suit. So to think that like Marvel with I don't know how much it cost to make Spider-Man No Way Home could do that with CGI. Meanwhile, DC is over here letting like some 10th grader with a MacBook like fucking render their I don't know. However, the CGI for the stand-in for Ezra looked really good. So maybe that's where the money went.
Yeah, like his performance as both Barrys was great.
Yeah. So how many cans of top shelf tomatoes would you give it, Jay?
I would give it 8 cans of tomato.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Sean, I got a question for you before you give us your rating. So as a Man of Steel fan, are you kind of tired that they keep using the Michael Shannon and him coming down as Zod take over Earth as a story plot line?
Well, he's only been the story plot in Man of Steel and Batman v Superman only because he came down and he died and they used his body. Outside of that, he's not as I didn't see him as like much of a pivotal like thing that would have come down to like it would have made a lot more sense for that moment to be like the Steppenwolf moment, right? Because like Zod he's strictly a Man of Steel like villain. Because he's defeated like at the end of it. So like Michael Shannon doesn't make any sense to me. Like I get why, because that's the beginning of like the metaverse, like the meta-human revolution in that world. But like they try to treat him like what's that guy's name in Marvel? Thanos. They try to treat him like Thanos, right? But like the thing is, he's just a dude that showed up and got lucky. You know what I mean? I could have appreciated if it were Steppenwolf a little bit more because this bugged me because I am on Man of Steel being a really good DC movie, and it kind of threw him away, and I didn't feel him as a big threat. He was just there, kind of read some lines and called it a day. Yeah, do you know if he shot any new footage? Because I feel like they used he did. Is it he did an interview and he was talking about how Andy Muschietti talked to him reprising his role for this, and he told him at first no because he needed to go talk to Zack Snyder and see if he was okay with it. Zack Snyder was like, "Yeah, man, go ahead, go do your bro."
thing.
Keep giving me some shameless promo.
But then he made a separate interview, and he was talking about how when he worked with Zack Snyder, he enjoyed it because he gave him something to work, kind of create his own backstory and all that. But here, he just felt like, hey, put on this like CGI suit, read these lines, stand over there, and he's like, yeah, I didn't really enjoy it this time around. That was just like a puppet. Yeah, because I don't think they gave him a lot of motivation. He was just there to do the thing he did like 10 years ago. Show up and be a fucking menace. He was like, yeah, well, fuck you guys. I'm taking his planet. So I just kind of found, I would have preferred if it was Steppenwolf or even Darkseid. Like if it were the pivot point of, but then that would have required more heroes than they actually had. So which Steppenwolf? Joss Whedon Steppenwolf or Zack Snyder?
I would have much appreciated Zack Snyder Steppenwolf, personal.
Not Liam Neeson.
Yeah, not Liam Neeson, yeah.
I would have loved to see Terrence Stamp's Zod.
Oh, it would have been fucking great.
That would have been awesome.
You know what? He's coming with that fucking onesie he would have on. Oh man! And then fucking Supergirl would have thrown a big ass shield at him and push him over the side of the. Dude, yeah. We should fucking remake it. We should do it. You know what? When I went to go see this movie, my expectations were really high because I was excited to see the Flash movie because I had been waiting for a Flash movie forever. And at the end of the movie, I go, it's all right. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was fun. I think Ezra Miller was annoying as young Ezra, and that's kind of one of like the things I disliked, but I also liked. And one of my favorite lines is, they go to Bruce Wayne's house and he literally thinks he's at the cousin's dinner. I'm like, how much of a dipshit is this guy? But that's the kind of stuff that made him really fun in the Justice League movie and in Batman v Superman and stuff like that. That's the kind of gave him life and made it interesting to watch him. I hated his fucking suit. I hated the CGI. I hated that they kind of played all this stuff with all the different cameos. I hated that that they didn't really care about who killed his mom. I hated that he just moved this cannon up to the top shelf and that changed everything, considering that, like, I could find out who killed my mom or I could move this can of tomatoes. What am I going to do?
What is up with this whole can of tomatoes?
It's for Michael Keaton spaghetti.
Yeah. But I did enjoy the battle with the Kryptonians, like, because there's a couple things that happened that were super badass. Like one of those things is like you got to see just how much more skilled older Barry Allen was as opposed to like newly powered Barry Allen. I enjoyed Supergirl's like unbridled rage. I didn't like that she changed like her position. She's like, I'm gonna go to my people. Oh shit, what's going on over here? Fuck. And hey guys, I'm back. Turns out my people are dicks too. I don't know, maybe you guys are less bad,
Yeah.
Well, we got to see the Flash like fucking phase his hand through a Kryptonian. We got to
Michael Keaton taking down that giant with all the bombs.
Yeah.
Putting the bombs on him.
Yeah. Not even that, but like even to rescue Supergirl, all the Batman stuff, he's doing calculations on the fly, he's improvising, using explosives. It is just a fun fucking scene to watch. The stuff they nailed, they fucking nailed. And the stuff that was like stupid, it's 100% stupid.
Speaking of the stupid stuff, are you on board with all the controversy about that opening scene with the babies and him putting a baby in a microwave?
The baby shower. Listen, I think, we were all wondering how the fuck he was gonna save that baby. And I saw the microwave and was like, well, the baby's going in there. It's fine. I mean, it had to, what was the alternative? Like, let that baby die. And then, he goes on later to explain you can't touch people in hyperspeed because it'll fucking rattle them or something. I don't know. So I think on some level, there's a lot of forethought here, but at the end of the day, I know what's going to happen with this movie. It's going to run into obscurity like Wonder Woman 1984, and people will refer to it like we're referring to it now as like the DC, attempt to try and catch up with Marvel. And they won't see it. Well, the audience that has seen it from Rotten Tomatoes is like 84%. So it's not a bad movie to the audience, so in my head, for the people that love it, they'll love it. And people that hate it, they'll hate it. And 15, 20 years from now, it'll be a cult classic with a bunch of other movies that we've talked about, where people will go, guys, we got to watch the Snyder collection. This is the last one. It's not as good as the other, but it works, whatever. And at the end of the day, I think as I talk about it more and more, I would have given it a 6 out of 10 top shelf tomatoes. But I think after talking about it, I'll give it a 7 or 8. 7. I'll give it a strong 7. 7 top shelf tomatoes out of 10.
How many cans do you give it, Juan?
I would give it
2 cans.
none. I would say SpaghettiOs. 3 cans of SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite gags in the movie. That's the other thing. That's the last thing I'll say about it is that I don't think that the direction had the forethought of this, but like the way the movie plays out at the end, I hope that when I rewatch this movie, because I'm going to rewatch it, that you can see both Barrys in the store at the same time. The Barry that's changing the timeline, and then the Barry that's changing it back. A Back to the Future-esque type thing. Like, because technically they're both there, happening within moments of each other. But whatever. That's wishful thinking. I think wishful thinking.
I hope one of the Barrys is Hayden Christensen.
It's like, what happened to Barry? What happened to him? You underestimate my power. I have the high ground.
Did you like the running joke about like Back to the Future and Eric Stoltz?
Oh yeah, I think I thought. That's the other thing. That was just really fun because it just reminded you that you're in a different world. It's like, no, dude, it's Eric Stoltz. Trust me, And if you're a movie nerd, then like Eric Stoltz was supposed to be Marty McFly until they were like, fuck this guy, Michael J. Fox, get in here, So I think it's fun. It's another fun thing. I enjoyed it. Juan, did you enjoy it?
I still want to see it. I'm actually going to try to see it.
You know what I think you might enjoy?
Yes. I think I know what you're about to say. But go ahead. We have a special guest.
Yeah, I think you might enjoy some time with Peter. That's what I think.
Oh, thank God. I thought you
I
meant
did mean you. I did mean you.
This is Julio's first time, so don't worry. I think he'll be gentle. Are you ready, Juan? I will take your angry silence from this show to mean that you are ready. So that means, everybody, that we have Peter back. Peter, how are you?
Hola. I'm here to clarify some things and try to piss off Juan like every single week, except for review days.
Well, no, today is a fucking review day. That fucking Sean just wants to rename it a pseudo. You know what? He does whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack with the review that we're going to do today. So
you mean the review that we started doing already, Jay?
Remember, Jay and Sean run the show.
Motherfucker.
Continuity.
constant nudity. Constant nudity.
His name was Bubbles. It was consensual. We had constant nudity. Well, Juan, listen, I apologize already, but you know what? You know who's never been a part of one of these sessions? Mr. Dixie Cup, Julio. Julio, in these sessions, the goal is just to piss off Juan.
I love this segment, man. I love it. I love this, getting to piss off Juan. This is the best. Awesome job, Peter.
Yeah, so if you have anything, I mean, now's the time. Or forever hold your peace.
Oh, no, the magician counterpoint we had a couple of episodes ago. Oh,
what's this we had? You're a fucking guest star. You're like Poochie at best, motherfucker.
Hey, you can't bring up the whole magician thing anymore. That supposedly has run its course, or else Juan will never respond to any of us ever again. And we need him to respond. We need him to be angry.
Yeah,
that's true.
Can we? We're gonna call this agreeable with piss and jizz, and we're just gonna say fucked up shit to Juan that he'll agree with. Juan, is it true that you eat shit?
Yeah, I like to eat shit. It's my favorite thing to eat.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Hey, is it true that you drink period blood
all the time?
Oh my god, shit eating, period blood drinking. Well, I don't want to steal too much from Peter. So Peter, I will play you in, and then you can do your thing. You can do your thing.
Sounds like a plan.
And now it's time for It Does Not Compute with Juan Intelligence and Peter Intelligence. Piss and Jizz.
Hello, everybody. Before we go on with trying to piss off Juan, Juan had some questions. Well, I think I only remember one of his questions because nobody really listens to Juan. So I don't go out of my way to remember House bills or Senate bills. I do keep up with a lot of law because, our rights are being infringed upon. So it's good to know when they are being infringed upon, right, Juan? So I make sure that I keep up to date. Does that clarify things for you, Juan?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now on to the bashing. So you guys have heard of a Karen, right? So a Karen is pretty much a racist, annoying lady who, not necessarily has to be racist, but, always gets ticked off about random things and whatnot. But the male version is the Kyle, okay?
But it was a Juan.
No, well, that's the thing. There's a third option now. So there's a third option, which is the Juan. So Juan is practically a Karen without the racism and is constantly crying and offended for others, not just himself, won't stop using curse words when losing a debate, and cries that he cannot have one episode where no one is ripping on him. Are we ever going to give him that episode?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. And it's not because I don't want to, but it's because he makes it so damn easy.
Who would listen to that episode?
Well, what's funny is I got my wife to listen to the podcast because you guys were totally ripping on Juan. She's like, poor Juan. I'm like, nah, dude, it's super cool. He totally deserves it. I promise. And she just kept listening to it. And she's like, dude, this is really funny. I hope they keep doing it. And here we are.
Well, Peter, as you may or may not know, I think all of us have known Juan for multiple years. And if you think some of the stuff we say to him on the show is bad, you should hear some of the stuff he's said to us in person.
Yeah, you should.
I
hear all the
sexist,
misogynistic, racist things that we've said to his face.
and the stuff he's said to us. Would you believe, Peter, if I were to ask you, would you believe that he told a person he probably knew for like 2 weeks that it was Africa hot outside? He just turned around to a black person and was like, hey, it's Africa hot out here. Wouldn't you agree? And then he stopped, and then he stopped himself, and then he stopped himself and goes, I'm sorry, motherland hot for you?
You know, he's told me that I can go fuck myself with a baseball bat.
That sounds pretty Juan.
You too, Jay?
Yeah. That wasn't even an insult. It was more of a it's just a direction. Hey, why did you go fuck yourself with a baseball bat?
It was just Tuesday afternoon. Everyone's minding their business. So, you know, I do feel bad for Juan sometimes, but then I remember all the times he was a terrorist to me.
So you're telling me that you guys have never killed Juan and just dumped his body in the ocean?
This is the 7th Juan we've gone through.
See,
you know, clone of a clone. They just keep getting dumber and dumber.
It's hard for me to be too mad or too mean to Juan, because every time there was a taco party at the office, he would always invite. And when I say taco party, it's not because he's Mexican. It's because there was a taco party.
No, there was never a taco party. You're being racist, man.
There was definitely a taco. Well, okay. It wasn't just tacos. There's burritos, flautas, and other things. And there were Mexicans. That was Juan.
There was never burritos, tacos, or flautas. I mean, there was
there you go.
So Juan, all right. Juan,
yeah, I'm listening.
Are you okay? Are you gonna make it?
Yeah, I'm gonna see how far you guys can take it without me participating. So go fuck yourselves.
I think it's getting it from 4 sides instead of 3.
Are you sad?
Yeah.
We just boxed him in.
Little buddy?
Yeah. But Jay, he just proved your point. Is that he just you guys should go fuck yourselves, okay? Fuck you guys. That's like his default.
He left
That's his only
out the
comeback.
baseball bat part.
See,
it's
in that Webster's dictionary definition I just wrote. Uses curse words when losing in debate.
Oh wait, hold on.
I mean, we're not exactly debating.
Hold on here. Wait, you mean tell me if
Peter? In all defense, I use curse words in every other word, whether I'm debating or not. So
no. I'm going on Urban Dictionary right now, and I'm looking up.
Is that for real? Like, is that a real thing, Juan?
You can just add. He's just going to go at it. He's going to be a fucking dick and add it.
A Juan is just as bad as a Cosby sweater. Look up a Cosby sweater on Urban Dictionary.
I looked that up on Amazon.
Can I just Cosby sweater? I have the first thing that comes up is a one-on-one. It's Mexican basketball.
It's racist.
It's Urban Dictionary for you, man. You know what? I maybe it's on the last search page, but I'll find it. I will find it. Peter.
If you have to pay for a Cosby sweater, it's illegal.
Pay for a Cosby sweater?
Unless they fall asleep, you know.
Well, that too. Urban Dictionary. Cosby sweater.
What is the definition of a Cosby sweater?
I could say it on the podcast, right? So it's when somebody.
Our 2 listeners are on the air with us. So who the fuck is listening to us right now?
So it's when.
I forgot about Herbert.
So it's when you eat Fruit Loops, and at the same time you're about to jizz, you also throw up the Fruit Loops on top of the chick's chest, and you make a Cosby sweater.
That's so elaborate.
It's so elaborate. Why go through so much trouble? Why go through so much trouble? I don't get it.
Tell that to Daniel Tosh.
Juan, have you ever gone through that much trouble?
No.
I mean, I don't think he'd sacrifice a bowl of Fruit Loops for, humor.
I mean, this Juan probably would. This Juan. Juan, let me ask you a question, man.
Let me ask you a question, too.
God damn.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
No, I don't have a question.
Ask me a question.
I don't have a question for you.
I have a question for you, Juan.
I have an answer for you.
Why don't you go fuck yourself with a baseball bat? Juan.
He's stumped.
Look, if you're not going to talk, we might as well talk about magic.
Fuck magic.
Juan.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry that you're so sad, man.
I think it's because it was a 4-sided attack instead of a 3-sided attack. Turned this triangle into a square.
I like turtles.
Oh, dude, I forgot to send you guys the meme of why it's okay for you to throw straws into the ocean, it's because it helps turtles do cocaine underwater. It's a funny ass meme.
I saw that meme.
That is great.
It's funny, the tragedy with the whole submarine, the amount of memes that came out the day that all those people, they found out these people died. It's insane.
The internet.
Like, it's so insensitive, but they're funny. I can't, like, all of them, all of them I can't go, oh, that's really sad. But there were some of them, there's some of them where that's kind of funny.
Some of them, I mean, it's a sad situation. There's one person on the show I know for a fact might probably shed a tear. I won't bring them up because they're a little butthurt at the moment. But yeah, man.
You mean Juan?
I would never in a million years assume Juan was butthurt about anything. However, yeah, I mean Juan. Yeah, man, the internet gives zero fucks about people. It's almost like there's just no compassion anymore. Like, there are people who are like reporting on this like it was life-changing news. But you know what? And Juan is the one who sent it to me. It's like this thing of like all the things that happened in the same week that thing was happening while all the news was covering the submarine. Like,
yeah.
But the thing is, he's absolutely fucking right, because earlier in that week, Peter had sent me the Hunter Biden thing. Yeah, and I remember earlier, like last year, the guy had like a fucking laptop that was lost and nobody wanted to find it because it had shit on it. And then, now he's doing some other shit and he's getting like a slap on the wrist, like, hey, you cut that shit out, young man. And I think he like seriously hurt a bunch of people. But anyway.
Well, also, just to add to that, they also legalized lab-grown meat for sale.
Yeah.
That was legalized, and that's the grossest thing I've ever heard. I like my cows butchered and turned into a T-bone.
I like my cows to suffer before I eat them.
You don't like them to die of natural causes?
I would like them to eat grass thinking everything's going to be okay and then be hit in the back of the head.
I want to hunt my cows.
In the supermarket. Wrapped in plastic. I don't want to hunt them in real life. Juan,
yes.
Thank you for not participating in this.
Thank you for being bullies, motherfuckers. But
I feel like he's trying to weed this segment out by not talking. So that's not going to work, because we're going to find something that's going to piss you the fuck off.
You know what it is? We gotta find something.
I'm sure you are.
Like rage quit.
Like, we just need to find something irrational, because last time he was upset about who said something first. You know what I mean? It's like, what, like, of all the things we said, he was like, well, no, who said, I cried tears out of my pussy before and somebody else told me.
Yeah, he really gets upset over non sequiturs, like just random abstract ideas.
Hey, man.
I can definitely clarify who said that first. It wasn't actually Jay. It was you, Sean, crying out of the pussy thing. But Jay also made a pussy joke when I was listening to the episode. And my wife and I started laughing because we really, really pinpointed who started the crying out of the vagina joke. And that was actually you.
That was after Sean edited shit.
Yeah, Sean has the power to rearrange things to where he says things.
Yeah, it is a thing I do from time to time.
Sean is an audio god.
If you say so.
He makes my audio sound shitty to less shitty.
No, your audio
Shut the fuck up, Jay. Shut the fuck up.
Because you can't stop rustling your fucking microphone or eating chips or something.
Yeah, there's always something. You're twinkling keys. I call him every week to say, dude, what the fuck? Why are you?
No. You don't call me every week to say, what the fuck? I get a text message going, I fucking hate you, or your fucking audio. And then I call you and I go, what happened? You and your fucking coins, or you and your deck of cards, or you and your
people
fucking
listen
keys.
to the episode and they are like, is Juan walking across broken glass? I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, dude. Listen, Juan, you never edited an episode of this podcast, but just know.
Because I've asked you to teach me how to edit, and you never do. So fuck you.
Well, you won't sit on my lap.
Yeah.
Facing him.
Yeah.
Look, it's an art form. We don't need stick figures. We need art.
Reverse cowgirl.
The funny thing is that the first time I reached out to Sean about the podcast on first season during the pandemic, I said, what's wrong with Juan's audio? That was the first thing that I told Sean.
And Juan,
first thing.
Well, I mean,
My audio has gotten better.
Well, he used to put the microphone in his mouth like a penis. So
is this how? That's
Just chipmunk it, right cheek.
you guys are so funny. I'm glad. I am glad that we have this
see, Peter,
conversation.
Me
you
too,
wait
man.
long enough, you find something dumb that he'll get upset about.
it's true. It's like clockwork, man.
Mhm.
Juan, are you upset now?
No.
No,
Are we done with the segment?
Juan, you know this is never going to be over. You know that, right? You're aware.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Just
so,
remember,
you know-
I stay up for this.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah, you're wasting his time.
Oh no, my time isn't wasted as long as Juan, just has that look on his face of like utter and complete disaster.
Hey, did you talk to your parents and then your parents told you like, hey, don't engage the bullies and the bullies won't mess with you? Is that what they told you?
Get into a NAS ball.
They gave you that bullshit advice.
The worst advice I've ever gotten is go tell a teacher.
Fucking snitch.
The teacher was beating you.
The teacher beat you for being a snitch.
Okay, then Juan. All right. Well, Peter, I think
Fuck you,
Juan's
Peter.
I love you too,
oh,
Juan.
brave man talking shit now. Now we're gonna play it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Oh, my vagina's crying.
Peter, thank you for staying up for this. So it's always fun for us, at least. Juan. Until next week.
As usual,
Bye,
it's
Peter.
always a pleasure.
Have a good night, Peter.
You as well. Think of me when you're sleeping.
Well, Juan, it seems like you've decided to sabotage your own segment on this show. I don't know if you know this, but during these type of shows, you don't say much to begin with. So I think this equals like 40 seconds of content for you this episode.
Yeah, me. Thank you. Let's move on. Gauntlet time.
Okay, thanks. Now, Julio, this is the first time we've had a guest on the show for the gauntlet.
Julio, I call dibs on any points this motherfucker earns in the gauntlet. No, fuck you, because his points don't count. He's not going to be here to see it. And if anybody's going to give fucking Jay the run for his money, it's going to be this fucking cowlick motherfucker. So with that being said, I claim his points.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Whatever points he gets, you give it to the person with the least
Yeah.
amount of points.
Which is me.
Yeah.
I have what? 3 points?
Or can I just self-sabotage?
You self-sabotage. Go ahead.
Get it
I don't
over.
give a shit. You'll just prove that you're dumber than I am.
Debbie does Dallas. Debbie does
I think
Dallas.
this
We're doing
video
video
game
games,
is-
motherfucker.
I think this is Debbie Does Dallas.
I know, but you keep saying Debbie does Dallas. even when
No,
it's-
I haven't said.
You never played that video game?
Yeah, I listened to the episode.
You never played the Debbie Does Dallas video
I
game?
did the
dude?
virtual reality
Yeah,
one.
just press X a lot. Virtual.
Yeah, the one with.
The one with what, Juan?
I actually like his mom and respect her a lot, so I had to stop myself, or else I won't get Christmas tamales.
all of a sudden. But yeah, so
I haven't
Julio, are
worked
you
with
familiar with the
Julio
rules?
for how many years? And his mom still sends me tamales. Fuck that. I respect the lady, man.
Julio, are you familiar with all the rules?
It doesn't fucking matter. You
change
change the rules every other fucking week.
Thanks, Julio. Thanks. Are you familiar? Do you need me to explain it to you? You're okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, it sounded like a Care Bear.
Familiar.
You sound like a Care Bear, Pee Wee Herman, and you're the offspring.
Honestly, I don't even know. I'm going to just say Jay has 30 points because my notes.
Jay is like just fucking butt ramming you. Let's go.
Juan has 4 points and I have 8 points. That's
I
where
don't
we
think
are.
you have 8 points, but okay.
I don't think your mom has 8 points, but hey. Anywho, but Julio, you're familiar with the
Yes.
with the gauntlet. Okay, so as we all know, the person with the least amount of points gets to go first. So
7.
Juan, thank you for allowing me to tell you which numbers we had available. Shit, we have 14 through 26.
14.
How many seconds? And Julio, feel free to help him.
5
on this if you
seconds.
want. 5 seconds. Here we go.
That's great. Sounds good.
Absolutely right.
Fucking idiot. All this testing before the show just to fuck it up during the show.
You don't know. No one's going to hear this. You know that,
I
right?
realize that.
Allow me to berate you about something that no one's going to hear. Thanks, man. All right. Track number 14 for 5 seconds. Juan, are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Julio, feel free to help him.
I don't
okay?
need your help. I just want your fucking points when you go. Shut the fuck up,
Okay.
dude, and play it.
Here.
I don't need to fuck you. Points are on the counter. See yourself out.
All right. Here it is. Here it is. Dude, this sounds so fucking familiar.
Sunset Riders.
Sunset Riders. Do you want to hear it again? You sure about that?
That's the only one I can think of. But Julio, why don't you say what I'm thinking?
Shut the fuck
disagree.
up.
You're not Julio. Julio, why don't you tell me what you...
Yeah. Julio, what do you think it is? I'll help Juan with some points here.
I want to say Ninja Gaiden.
All right. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to disagree with you just for disagreement's sake. Juan and Julio, and I'm going to say that this is Streets of Rage because I feel like I've guessed that several times. It has to be right at some point. But
it's an NES game.
This is Mega Man.
Thing is, I think he's fucking right. But all right, here we go. The answer is Mega Man.
Fuck you, Julio.
Wait, all right. Juan, Julio for the extra point. Which Mega Man in the series is it?
Go ahead, Juan.
Mega Man 2.
Balls How about you? Oh, well, you might have had it right until you added Balls of Fury. But is that what you're going with?
Just Mega Man 2.
All of a sudden, you got nervous there?
Hey, man,
Come on, dude. All right. And the answer is, Juan, the answer is Mega Man 2.
Wait, I got points?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got your bonus point. Yeah, look at that. If you would have added Balls of Fury, look at that. You're welcome for the assist, bro. You're welcome for the assist. Well, thank you, Julio, for helping Juan get on the board. Juan, in show tradition, it's your turn to choose a track
15.
for me. Thank you. All right. 15 for 5 seconds, because you know what? No, fuck it. I'm going to go 1 second
Why,
first. And I'll see
dude?
if I can
Why
get it.
waste our fucking...
Because 5 seconds is not fun. Okay, ready? Here it is. Track number 15 for 1 second.
I agree.
Oh no, this is Metal Gear Solid. That's what this is. This is Metal Gear Solid.
I disagree.
This is Metal Gear. No, fuck you. What is it, Juan? What is it?
Dallas.
You stole my joke.
Well, Juan.
See?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I think this is Metal Gear Solid, and the answer is Metal Gear Solid. Look at me. I got 5 fucking points. Juan, I would like to say, fuck
You're welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Fuck you, bro. And for the extra point, it asks for the main antagonist of Metal Gear Solid 1. Metal Gear Solid 1, which I think we all know is Solid motherfucking Snake.
No, I thought it was Liquid Snake.
No. Oh, antagonist? Antagonist? I know what an antagonist is. All right. Fuck. Yeah, well, yeah, it's oh, the first one?
Yeah, it's Metal Gear Solid.
Well, hold on. The first one has, or is that, am I thinking of Metal Gear Solid 4 with the guy, the fucking there's a shooting guy. There's a shooting.
Revolver
Ocelot.
Yeah, there he goes. Is that not him from the first game? Well, fuck it. Well, thank you guys for helping me. I'm going to go with Liquid Snake then. All right, everybody, here we go. The answer is Liquid Snake. I would like to say thank you to everyone who helped me get this extra point. Juan, fuck you. Fuck you very much. All right, Jay. That means that it's your turn to continue wiping your balls all over us. Which track would you like?
What do we have?
We have 16 through 26.
16.
All right. 1 second, 3 seconds, or 5 seconds.
1 second.
Here we go. 1 second. Track 16. Oh, come on.
Come on.
Juan, what do you think it is?
Oh, dude.
Wait, Jay, did I know what it is?
It's Tetris.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa, wait,
shit.
wait, what? Hold on. I agree. Juan, do you think it's something else?
Dr. Mario.
Shut the
fuck up, dude. God damn it. This is why nobody likes you.
And the answer is no, that's why no one likes you. And the answer is Tetris. And for the bonus point, is asking you what year was it released?
Ooh.
1982. 3.
Thank you, Jay. Jay, what year was it released?
I don't know.
89.
89. Yeah, 88.
All right, 1988. The answer is, oh shit. The answer is 1984.
Shit,
Ooh,
I was
one.
off by 1 on my first pick. Wow.
Look at you, man. Hey, one of these days, Juan, you'll know something. And Julio, you're the guest. So whatever points you earn today, they go to Juan. So you can pick tracks 17 through 26. There are some gaps because we were kind of moving around. Ron wants 17. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Did you say you agree with track 17?
Did, motherfucker. Pay attention.
Yeah, 17.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What do I want, Juan? 1 second, 3 seconds, or 5?
And remember that these are your points and his knowledge.
Oh, no, it's 1.
Well, just remember that if you listen to 1 second and you need more time, you have one opportunity to extend the length.
Can he do 5 seconds and then shrink the length?
No.
only with your mom. That's all right. So 1 second, tracks number 17. You ready, Julio?
Go ahead.
All right, here it is. Track 17, 1 second.
Oh, dude. Ninja Turtles.
No, I feel
You're
like
not Julio. Shut the fuck up, dude.
neither are you.
He's
You shut the
playing for
fuck
me.
up, dude. Yeah, your mom's playing too. I'm sorry. I'll stop
You
with the mom
should.
jokes, Juan. Yeah, well. So Julio, I can play it again or I can extend the length. You can choose. So I can play 3 or 5 seconds or I can play the 1 second one more time for you.
I'll let Juan decide.
He
I feel like I know it. But
All right, so track number 17, 5 seconds. Here it is. I fucking know this.
I know
That
it.
was horrible.
I fucking know this. And I don't know why I know it. I don't know what it is. I don't know the name of it, but I'm
it's going to
definitely
bug me because I think I had it at 1.2.
feel like this is on like...
He's doing this shit on purpose.
What?
You not knowing the shit. You know the fucking answer. You're just playing stupid.
If he knew the answer, he would have given it to us in 1
he
second,
wouldn't,
Juan.
because he knows the points are going to me, and he fucking hates.
True.
Yeah.
Everybody hates you, Juan.
Wait, the points go for Juan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to say Debbie does that.
This is what nobody likes you, dude.
I disagree.
I also disagree.
I fucking disagree. Fucking moron.
What is it, Juan?
Ninja Turtle.
I don't know. There's 2 games that I think it might be, and I can't decide which one it
You
is.
can only pick one.
I am thinking that it is a fighting game. I just don't know which one. It is, you know, like a Street Fighter style fighter game.
I think it's either Star Fox or F-Zero.
Didn't we?
Fuck.
Didn't we already
That's not
do
even close to
Star
what I was
Fox?
thinking. I don't think so, but
I think you're right.
I think it might be.
well, I don't know. I honestly,
Who cares? It's
I
only
don't even
1
know
point.
anymore.
I'll go Star Fox.
I'll say it's Streets of Rage because I got to be right at some point. I got to be right at some point. All right, and the answer is
Streets of Rage.
Star Fox. The answer is Star Fox. Fuck you, Juan. Look at that. Jay earned himself another point, man. He doesn't even care. He earns himself another point. Hey, Juan, fuck you very much. You know. Now Juan or Julio this is Julio's, right? For the extra point, name one of his friends. You got to name one of his friends.
the chicken.
Falco.
All right.
Or
Well,
Zippy.
let's
Falco
see.
Punch.
Yeah, that's correct. That's Falco, Slippy, or Peppy. So Juan, Julio just earned you.
So I'm at
point.
6 points now.
Congratulations. Welcome to the game. All right. Now Juan, you still have the least amount of points here at the end of the show. So
I would like to donate my pity
we're on-
fuck to Julio, because if anybody needs a pity fuck on the show, it is Julio. So
If I get the points, can I give them
you
to
can give
Sean
them
or
to whoever
Jay?
the fuck you want.
All right. Now, Julio, are you familiar with how the pity fuck round works?
It doesn't
You
fucking
familiar with
matter.
that?
Just play it.
Julio, are you familiar with how the pity fuck round works?
Go ahead and explain it once.
All right. So then in the pity fuck round, the sounds are either from video games that we have already that are part of the list, but they're just sounds, right? Iconic sounds from those games. So it won't be the music of Sonic, but it may be the coin sound of Sonic, right? And they only
the
appear-
raccoon tail spin.
yeah. So that won't be in here again. So it only appears once. So there's nothing else from Mario inside of this list. Okay. Does that all make sense? And then to get it, you whatever you guess, you get 1 point, and you can choose between 2 and 9, 2 through 9.
1.
2.
All right. Are you ready, Julio? Here's pity fuck number 2. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Here it is.
Oh, god damn it. That was loud.
I have no clue who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I think it's from Metal Gear Psycho Mantis.
Let's find out.
You know what? I think it is from Metal Gear, but I don't think it's from Psycho Mantis.
I think it's one of the wolves.
No.
Well, let's see. You guys ready for the answer?
I think it might be the game over screen.
No, because you would have heard him screaming. Ah! Oh, maybe it is a game because after he yells, Snake. Well, you guys ready for the answer? Ready for the answer?
Yeah.
Here it is. The answer is Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith sound effects.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is now, it sounds like that fucking bird now in hindsight.
Yeah.
Sounds like that fucking
Good job.
bird. Well,
thank you for fucking up my point.
What an asshole. He was playing for you. Juan, you know what, Juan? You know what? If you want,
I don't
if you want,
just
because
fucking end
you know
the
what?
show already.
Well, Juan, we have a few extra pity fucks in here, so I feel like we should just go through. We should go through them. Oh, you have at least one more.
Let's do one more.
You want to do one?
What are the numbers again?
Yeah, three. You have 3 through 9 with some gaps. All right, yes. 9. Are you ready, Juan? Here it is.
You're fucking
I can play it again,
dude.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'll play it again for you for free.
Oh,
come on.
God damn it.
Come on.
Julio, go ahead.
Juan, you got to know this.
Come on.
Yeah, am I answering for you or for... No, I don't want to.
You should give the wrong answer on purpose. I think this is Debbie Does Dallas when she gets the anal beads.
Just
it's Sonic.
I agree.
Point.
I disagree.
You.
Oh.
It's Sonic getting rings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Juan, do you want to change your answer before I
fucking idiot.
because he's not fucking wrong. He got you on a technicality.
He did that shit on purpose.
Are you going to change your answer?
Change it, Juan.
I would like to change it.
Change it.
Sonic getting rings.
Okay, because the answer is Sonic collecting coins. Thanks. I'm kidding. The sound is from Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is the ring collection
so
sound.
I am not
at
7 points. Good.
Congratulations. All right. Thank you, Julio. That was a lot of fun. I'm sorry that
I appreciate it.
Juan berated you as much as he did about it, but that
let's do this
really
again,
fun.
man. Come back anytime you want. Fuck you.
Way to invite a guy over. All right. So at the end of the gauntlet, Jay, you're at 32 points. Juan, you have 5, 6, 7 points.
No, I have 37.
You have 37? Did I miss it?
Yeah, because I got 5 points for the Tetris, and then I got the 2 points.
Oh, shit. That's right. That's fucking right.
Dude,
God,
you are an
it.
idiot that can't keep track of fucking points. Wow, what a fucking cheater.
Jay is at 37 points. Thank you, Jay, for the catch. Juan, you're at 2 points. Well, I guess I can't fucking count. And then I am at 14 points. And I'm at 14 points. So we got like 3 more episodes left. I'm halfway there. Jay, unless you want to give up some points, I think we're just playing for pride at this point. But thank you.
I would like
Julio,
to invite
for joining.
Julio next week for the gauntlet to take on my points. He doesn't have to do the entire show. He just shows up and fucks me over in the gauntlet.
I would love to do that.
He can just show up and fuck you over and then leave.
I'm going to give like all it bad answers. Right?
All right, Juan, are you done?
Yeah.
I mean, you gave up, dude. You gave up during the time with Piss and Jizz
because it's a stupid segment, motherfucker.
Like a fucking weakling. You gave up. Well, Juan, I'm glad that you're done. Let me know, everybody. Is it true? Do you think that Ezra Miller is a problem with the Flash movie? You think the DCEU is doomed? Do you think that James Gunn will save Warner Brothers and DC's cinematic universe? Tell us. We want to know. Juan,
do my thing. Folks, thanks for listening. Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes. That would help us climb the charts. Find us on all social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our handle is at
do the new outro.
INCYCSHOW. And also, don't forget to check out INCYCSHOW.com, our very own website. Email us some of your suggestions and comments at INCYCSHOW@gmail.com. Or you can leave us a voicemail. Just follow the link in the show notes. Or you could go to www.anchor.fm/INCYCSHOW. We also have merch in partnership with lindamyra.com. Get your very own I'm Not Crying, You're Crying shirt. Just follow the link in the show notes. Julio, have you bought a shirt yet? Have you bought a shirt yet, motherfucker?
Yeah, I came to pick one up. You got one?
Just go to the link in the show notes, you dumb fuck.
What was that website?
lindamyra.com.
1-800-80.
What it do, motherfuckers? Later. Peace. Bye. Goodbye. I'm stopping recording.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Oh, shit. Music.